we're back, y'all.
Don't miss your chance to laugh with Big Mama. You know I got something to say, and it's gonna make you laugh and think. 'Cause see, life, it's like gumbo. Messy, spicy. But baby, if you stir it right, whoo, it's good for the soul.
Big Mama stay dropping gem, but this season, we're turning the whole court upside down.
We've got guests, games, real talk, sports mom style.
Season 4, it's live, it's us, and baby, we just getting started.
Season 4, oh, it's bold, it's real, and trust me, we're taking it there.
Season 4, it's live, it's us, and
We got something to say! What's up, everybody?
Hey!
hey,
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
What's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of Can We Talk Sports? I am Karen. Oh man, I had a year to practice. I'm Karen. I am one of Shannon. Oh Lord, Shannon. I am your community person. I'm all about the community. I am from DeSoto, Texas, and I just love our kids, and I'm just so grateful to be here another season. Who's next?
Yes,
Smile,
it's your girl, Kawashika. I am a sports mom, and glad to be here.
Who's next?
Hey, this Big Mama, y'all. Woo, it's hot out here in Texas. But I am excited for this season, and we're ready to go.
What's up, everybody? I can't get it out. What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Shannon. I am a sports mom, and I love what I do. And Big Mama is right. It is hot up here in Dallas, Texas. But you know, we still make it.
Your turn, Carmen.
Carmen.
and hey out there, I'm Carmen, aka Mama D, and I'm a sports mom. Mine are grown and out of the house now. I'm also a doting grandma.
Okay.
And I'm so excited about this season, you guys. I really am.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Me too. Me too. Okay, you guys. Schooling started. What y'all got going on? I know I've been on grandma duty.
You said school started? When did school start?
Well, Brooklyn, she started Monday.
No.
Yeah, school started for my girls on my green girls on Monday.
Yeah, mine start on the 12th.
I don't have no more high school kids.
That's not next week, is it?
Yeah, that's next week.
I have two elementary, 1 in 5th grade. They started Monday.
Oh, so sad. I don't have those problems anymore.
I see. August the
I'm
5th.
done. What? I'm done.
This grandma duty.
It's grandma duty.
No,
It's
I
for
don't.
real.
I don't even have grandma duty.
Well,
I'm
you
a
better enjoy it.
free bird. What did you say? I'm a free bird.
You better enjoy it.
Enjoy.
What? I wish they would come to my mama. You want a baby secret? No.
You're not gonna say no, especially when your grandbaby follows everywhere. Around everywhere you go, your grandbaby follow you. So you know.
Nope.
You said nope. How you make that noise?
Nope.
Nah, I babysit. Just don't do too much. Don't do too much. Don't go over the limit. Don't go.
What? Like,
What?
won't you do it every day?
Not every day.
Listen.
Don't take advantage.
Don't take a bet.
Listen. Nope. I'm going to enjoy myself Why these kids are, well, okay, wait, hold on, let me stop. I got one back at home. I got the other one be back Thursday. Yeah, I got 3 of them back at home. Oh,
Yeah.
I can't put them out. Can I put them out?
Nope.
Nope. Hey, they grown.
Can't
So
put them out.
I mean, they're
Can't
gonna
put
go to
them out.
school. They're gonna go to school while they're here, and stuff, because that portal, like we all talked about, that portal is like no joke. But they are gonna go to school, but they're grown, so I can leave, go on vacation, stay gone 2 months, a month. I mean, grandkids can FaceTime me.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
We'll
Well,
see. We'll see.
yeah. We'll.
Keep living.
That part.
That part, right? Okay.
Right. Well, you guys, I'm so thrilled that we have a great, powerful, real talk, real sports, and real mom episode tonight. We have a dramatic guest with us. She is the host of Beyond Sports and Sports Byline Broadcast Network. So it's going to be a great show coming up. And so, but we can still go ahead and talk about what's going on in the sports world. I don't know. We're going to go ahead and bring Big Mama on.
Oh, do bring Big Mama.
Okay. Let me bring Big Mama.
Hey, let me tell you. God, no. If I told him once, I would told him twice.
It is hot in Texas. Real hot. Real hot. Baby, I can't even sit on the porch and watch the folk pass by. It's so hot. But listen, oh my goodness. I am so glad to be back, season 4. Did y'all hear what Michelle Obama said? Child, she said that watching Stephen A. Smith on ESPN is like watching the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Let me play it for you. Let me play it.
If I listen to ESPN for an hour, it's like watching the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's the same drama, and they're yelling at each other and they don't get along. I mean, Stephen A. Smith, he's just like every other
he'd
talk
be a
show
great
host.
Real Housewife.
He would be.
Right.
Right?
It would be amazing.
So that's why I'm like, what's the difference? It's just, it's just sociological drama.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Okay. Wow.
But she ain't lying. I mean, he be hollering like Nene, like she just walked in the studio, got the receipts in her hand. It's just the halftime. I don't even know if I'm watching sports or an episode of Love and Basketball, the drama edition. But Stephen A. being there yelling about who's the GOAT, who's clutch, who choked. Baby, it sounds like he mad. LeBron ain't bring the potato salad to the cookout. He's always talking about that he feels some type of way because Michelle called him out. Boy, hush. I tell you what, the first lady, Michelle, be keeping it real. You better take that read and log on off. That's what you need to do. But you mad because she said you loud? That's like me getting the fish that somebody said, Big Mama like cornbread. I do, and I do. And I said what I said. Now, Stephen A., if you crying on national TV, at least have the decency to pass the remote when you're done. Big Mama trying to watch the game. Not no reunion special. Go on with all that noise, boy. Oh, that made me hot just to be thinking about it. Y'all, I'm tired of it.
I can't.
That's all Big Mama got for you. But I tell you what, if you hear what I say, just believe this. If it don't come out in the wash, it'll come out in the rinse.
Forget about the dryer.
Oh wow.
Hang it on the door.
Did you
Hang
say
it
hang
up.
it on the door, Kawasaki?
Let it go.
Let it.
Spread it out on the
Yes.
Okay.
Oh
over the
my
shower.
Well, you know what? I just want to tell y'all, I sent the email to be on Michelle Obama's and her brother's show. So I'm hoping they respond. But we would definitely talk about
Hopefully so. And I think that's what it is. Theirs is beyond because Giovanna's is behind. And I think behind the sport. And I think when you were kind of introducing her, beyond is Michelle's them thing.
Look, but you know what? I mean, they are a podcast. Everybody is doing things that are trending. They're just like we just shared it. Everybody they want to get part of getting the views. And so I bet you that was part of her script. I bet you it was something that she didn't come up with. It was a part of something that was going to draw attention to everybody. So everybody's been trending. I don't even think she's even responded to what Stephen A. Smith said when he responded. So it's just
And she clocked it.
it's just a thing to do. I mean, what y'all got? What y'all think?
Wow. I just got a wow. I mean, they do. It is intense. Sometimes you're watching it, but the yelling back and forth, you just go, I can't. Let me turn this. This is your nerves go, I can't, because you can't comprehend you can comprehend, but you can't comprehend, if that makes sense, because it's so, and you're just like, because I don't like to watch The House. I can't. I used to watch it, and just like now and
it's too much.
in my life, it's just too much drama, and it's just like, okay, wow, really? I mean, just like back and forth, and who man and who did this, and it's just like I have other things I need to deal with in my life, to sit and watch these women
to watch your life, right?
Yeah, to sit and watch them go back and forth, and yeah, I can't. I'm like, next. That's just me. Like, yeah, I have my own drama, and so yeah, no.
And I feel like a lot of it is scripted.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I've talked to other elite sports mom, and they've said that, there's a lot of people who have come to them and talked to them about creating a show, but you have to be willing to be a part of the drama.
That's crazy.
You got to be able to do the drama part of it.
No, that's crazy. I mean,
right.
You know why I like our show?
Right.
Because we don't be a part of the drama, right? Now we laugh, we talk about our real life issues, right? And it's like, I'm not gonna fake a drama. I'm already dealing with drama, and then you want me to fake something, and it's like, no, you know what I mean? And on our show, we don't. That's crazy. Nope.
One thing I think about our show is what the people have had so much junk until now they are craving authenticity. That is what they're looking for. They want a show that is authentic, that is true, that is real, that we are talking about real life situations. It's enough of the junk that they have seen and had, and now they're in this part of their life with the changing with government, with real life ice going on, just daily situations going on. It's like we need someone that can be authentic, that can say, you know what, when my boy didn't get drafted, I curled up in the floor like a baby. I didn't know what to do for 2 weeks. And so they need to hear those things, and not to say, oh, we didn't get drafted, we were fine, we just kept on going. No, we really felt we had worked years for this moment, and then it collapsed in our face. So yeah, we had some setbacks, and so that's what people want, that authentic conversation that's going to get them over their next real life hurdle.
Right.
And I think that that's what we bring here.
That's what we bring. That right there.
I'm glad y'all said authenticity. Authentic. See, I don't have no problem messing up and not being able to pronounce something. That's authenticity. Authentic.
Yeah.
Nope.
That's me.
That is
Authenticity.
See, I don't have no lessons. I'm just me, a mama. I can tell you to put some food in the crock pot, and that's gonna be your dinner. This is a quick dinner. Throw it in the crock. That's just authentic. That ain't script or nothing. That's just me.
And that's what this show is for.
Right.
Everybody does not have the conversation that is necessary to discuss an NIL deal. You don't have those conversations. You don't know that. That is not a part of your everyday activity. So you may not have the right verbiage to give to promote your child in those things. And it's okay. That's why we're here, to bring people like Giovanna that's going to help us in some areas and teach us some things that we can help go a little further or tell someone else about if our time has passed with our child. But that's the one thing, Karen. That's what people, I think, this saying that if you want to keep something from us, to put it in a book, because we're not going to read it. We're not going to read it. So that's where and that is what America is believing, that sports moms are just so, oh, well, he made a touchdown. No. We know what this NIL is about, and we're going to get down to the nitty gritty part of it. If for lack of a better word, I'll say nitty gritty. But what's interesting to me, and I'm bringing next time, Grambling State has a band. Their band person that he does all their announcements. Yeah. I saw him online signing his own NIL deal. I'm like, wait a minute, what is this about? So I haven't read into it, but I definitely want to kudos to Bill for doing that. But it was shocking that you don't know what's available until you go to those resources. And that's why we're here. We're here to bring those resources so the mamas and the dads can know about it and take action.
Yes, I love it. Educate them.
Educate. You have to. It's a must. So I'm excited about our guest that we're about to bring on. Go ahead, Karen. You want to bring our guest on?
Yes. Now let's officially welcome our guest, Giovanni. She's the host of Beyond the Sports. It's a new show making waves on the Sports Byline Broadcast Network. She brings a fresh, informed, and fearless perspective to the table. She has earned her stride in college journalism at SMU, where she served as a senior executive producer. And she's notably produced a compelling feature at SMU, and I'm sure she's going to tell us about it. So let's welcome to the show, Miss Giovanni.
Welcome.
Hey.
Y'all, I want to say
Behind the sport.
That's the important part.
Behind
the sport. Come on out of here.
Bro, I love this. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are gonna make me quit my day job and come do the show with y'all. Y'all are a good time.
Okay.
we love it.
Okay, so before Kawasha, just I probably messed up your bio, but authenticity. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, no. It's really funny, and I'm very blessed, not stressed. When it comes to the sports industry, you don't see a lot of girls that look like me specifically talking about sports and having a platform. Especially, I'm 24 years old. I'm just out here, doing what I love at the end of the day. And so I'm very, very blessed, and God's been very, very favorable to me and the opportunities that He's put on my plate. But yeah, the show, we launched it back in April. My network, Sports Byline USA, we're nationwide. They have a plethora of shows on that network, but my show kind of brought a different perspective, and kind of what y'all are talking about, to a sense. I'm educating people and telling people the real deal. We don't want to hear Stephen A. go off on LeBron all day long. We want to hear some other stories. We want to hear about people that you never would hear about before, and that's exactly what I'm hoping to do with Behind the Sports, and that I feel like I've done a little bit so far. It'll be episode 19, I believe, this Wednesday. Yes. Every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Central Time on the Sports Byline Broadcast Network. And then we're also on all major streaming platforms and on Instagram. So yeah, like I said, too blessed to be stressed, y'all.
Too hot to be tried. No.
Amen.
That part.
Well, awesome. Wow. Behind the sport. Listen. That goes with us, with everything we do. What do we do behind the sport? Us sports moms.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Everything.
Everything.
Right. So
Come on, Kowalska, let's give Giovanna this rapid fire. Let's see if she can jump in here and give us some quick answers.
Yes, we got an
You
ice
ready, Kowalska?
We're gonna break this ice. Listen.
Break it down.
Yes. So, Giovanni, what is your favorite snack before game day?
Before game day?
Chicken. Hold on. Yes, during game day. During game day, what's your favorite snack?
Oh, chicken wings. Chicken wings all day. Yes.
What flavor?
Ooh, you know what? Originally, I would do something like hot, like if it's like a nice hot buffalo sauce. But recently, I've been really into lemon pepper. So one of the two.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, well, we can hang out for sure.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
So, Giovanna, what's your favorite sports movie of all time?
Oh, that is so hard. The Blind.
Must
No, actually,
be
no, it's not
money.
hard. The Blind Side. The Blind Side.
Oh, that's
The Blind Side. Okay, all right.
Yeah. Okay. Now,
I like it. Must be the money.
Yeah. What was the last thing you Googled about sports?
Well, I consume sports news all day long. So probably about 30 minutes before this show, I was Googling about the ban of smelling salts in the NFL recently. Breaking news, the NFL has banned smelling salts, which is a little bit of a big deal to some players. And so that's probably the last thing I was Googling and seeing how the players are feeling about it. I mean, smelling salts is it's like that line, like it's not a drug, but it's not something that's normal. So it's an interesting story.
Oh wow.
So what's your dream event to cover live? Your dream sports event to cover live.
You know what? The first thought that popped in my head, and it's kind of funny because I just had a girl in the equestrian arena on my show last week, but the Kentucky Derby.
Okay, that's different.
I feel like having a girl like me on the little racetrack with the hat, that'd just be cool. That'd be cool.
Oh yeah, definitely. BGM, I love it.
There we go.
Last but not least, what word would you describe your podcast style?
Podcast style. Informative, I guess, would be the word. Informative, kind of synonymous with educational. I really, like I said earlier, really strive my podcast to be a platform that you walk away learning something. And it's not just about stats. It's not just about who's breaking records nowadays. It's about what are these people doing in the sports industry, whatever sports they're a part of, that are really changing the game for better, and sometimes for worse. So informative and educational.
Good. Awesome. Well, ladies, we broke the ice.
Carmen, start with
Wonderful job, Giovanna.
Thanks.
Carmen, you froze?
I thought it was something. I was about to say, I just know she's not looking like that.
Right. Carmen must be froze.
I just listen.
Okay, that's the thing with technology. Do you experience that by you being in sports media? How many times you deal with internet going down, you being froze on a live, your mic is staticky, how do you even deal with stuff like that?
Oh, all the time. I think that's kind of what makes this industry fun, and you kind of have to think on the fly and kind of be on your toes a lot. But I was in New York a couple of weeks ago, and I was getting ready for my show. And then obviously internally, I'm like stressing out because New York is not on Central Time. So I'm like taking that into consideration. And then all of a sudden my cord on my mic just doesn't work anymore. So I'm like looking up how to Uber to the nearest Best Buy or however to figure out my show literally like 15 minutes before I'm supposed to be on air. But that's just one story out of the many. But it's definitely, like I said, makes it fun for sure.
You back, Carmen?
When we first started, oh my God, it was so Jesus.
Sometimes I feel like they be praying on her downfall.
You remember that? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, a lot of bloopers and mics and mutes and all that.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
You hear me now? You hear me?
It's like,
do that.
yeah.
You hear me now? Can you hear me now? Wait, okay, I'll go back out and come back in.
Move your router. Move your router.
The router is crazy.
Or look, remember somebody have a mic on, like they'll have the headphones and you can hear. It was just like, oh,
it's you. God. It's you, Kawachka. It's you. I need some headphones.
Oh no, that first season was hilarious.
Oh God.
Hey, y'all come a long way.
Giovanni, we can relate.
Yes, y'all come a long way. It's awesome. The growth.
Carmen, you here?
So Giovanni, I'm just curious, like, what's your target audience? Like, who are you trying to reach out to?
That's an interesting question because I feel like there's a lot of niches for podcasts out there. And as like a younger girl, right, you want to maybe target an audience that's like, a podcast for the girls, a sports podcast for the girls. But respectfully, I think that's awesome, but that's just not what I'm here for. I want my podcast to be listened to by everybody, young, old. I strive my shows to really be relatable, in a sense of anybody can listen to it and take away something. So with that question, it's kind of like everybody. There's no specific demographic. There's no target audience. Whoever wants to learn about whatever guest I have on, you're an audience, you're a listener, and you hopefully will walk away something and hopefully walk away a little bit smarter than you did before you listened to the episode. So
That's
good answer.
Okay, so my question is to you: did you play sports? What made you decide to do sports podcast?
Yes, so I did play sports growing up. My mom was synonymous with track, like loved track, and so by default, made me run track. And I feel like in our community, like track is a decently good sport to get involved in. But I was decently fast, but the way it looked was not pretty. So we had to nix that sport. I got into soccer, and soccer was where I like strived. Like that was my sport. I can be aggressive, I can still kind of be cute, and then I can, run a little bit. It was like the best of both worlds to me. But my passion at the end of the day was always dance. So I consider dance as a sport. And so I kind of came to a crossroads. Yes, period. Love dance. I kind of came to a crossroads when I was younger, and I really was like, I want to do dance. I also want to play sports, but the toll on my body, I had to pick one of the two, because the way your muscles work with dance and with, some of the other sports, just it didn't work together. So I ended up choosing dance. And so for a lot of my younger years, I was a dancer. I did it professionally, saw a lot of things in the entertainment industry, taught me a lot, made me grow up really fast. And so I wouldn't trade that experience for the world. But that was my sport that I can say that I was pretty good at.
So did you go like the Broadway, or what events did you attend?
Yeah, so I was fortunate enough to get signed with an agent here in Dallas. And I became homeschooled my freshman year of high school. And so from there, I was traveling back and forth to LA, doing a lot of like commercial stuff, whether it was like in a commercial, whether it was like modeling for JCPenney, whether it was a plethora of stuff, auditioning. But a lot of my friends at the time, I was 15, 16 years old. I saw a lot of these 24, 25, 26-year-olds doing the same thing. And it was a cycle. And I was like, this is just not for me. And I think God's calling me to a different space. And at the end of the day, I didn't want to be, I dance on tour with Beyonce. And then 2 months later, you're a waitress at a restaurant, and it's kind of like this up and down cycle. So kudos to everyone in my dance community, and the Dallas dance community is awesome and amazing. And there's a lot of opportunities, especially nowadays. But at that time, it wasn't my calling. But again, great experience.
I kind of like how you said that. It wasn't your calling. Right. So when did you, in this time, because I've been listening to you, and you really have this, and you can feel it through this interview, right? You really have this reverence for God. You can pick up on it. So when did the shift happen? When did you go, okay, God, what is my calling? And like, when did that take place?
I'm gonna tell you, a lot of prayer, a lot of sacrifice. But after that experience of me traveling and being homeschooled, I was like, I don't even know what life as a normal kid is. And so I was like, I'm going to go to college. Went to, like you said earlier, SMU, Pony Up, Go Mustangs. Excited for this season, by the way. But I went to SMU, and it was during COVID year, so it was a little detrimental. I started college in January, so I was a spring admit. And then 2 months later, and I remember this like it was yesterday because my birthday's in March, started in January. 2 months later, we're sent home because of COVID, and it's back to the same online school that I've been doing for the last 3 years of my life. So that was a lesson in itself, in terms of what God was pulling me towards. But the aha moment was I went to school and I was doing computer science, and I was like, I'm going to be a woman in STEM. I'm going to make all this money. It's going to be great. But at the end of the day, I was like, God didn't give me these gifts to be behind a computer screen and to, just sit there. And it's not even about being in front of the camera for me. I think that's an added benefit. And I'm glad that I can use my face or my voice for something bigger than myself. But at the end of the day, it was just people skills. I feel like when I talk to people, I'm decently good at grabbing stories from and putting them on a platform and like, hey, you go talk, let's put your story up there, outside of what you're known for outside of your accolades. Like who are you at the core? What makes you tick? What makes you run? What makes you motivated? And so that was kind of the aha moment. And it was about sophomore into junior year when I was like, you know what, Mom, I'm switching my major. I'm not going to do computer science anymore, and I want to do journalism. She was like, all right, what journalism? And I was like, you're right. I don't really know what it is. And so that's when I kind of classified it. I don't know. But that's when I really classified it and made it a niche of like sports journalism. Duh. I'm born and raised in Dallas, Texas, one of the biggest sports mecca in the freaking nation. Mm-hmm. Why don't I talk about sports? I love sports. I grew up on Dallas Maverick basketball. My dad and I, we used to go to every single game when I was younger. And that was really my avenue. And so I started working for our school newspaper, and then was very fortunate enough to be editor-in-chief of that newspaper, printed our first print edition in 5 years at that school under me being the editor-in-chief. And then yes, thank you. And then I moved on to being the executive producer for our sports show, Press Pass, at the time. And then that's really when I got the bug. I was like, yeah, I'm in it. But yeah, that was kind of like my aha moment. It wasn't really a moment. It was a journey, but yeah.
I'm just wondering how you can just all of a sudden like, okay, I'm going to SMU. I mean, you don't you have to have the grades? I mean, who could just say, oh, Mom, I'm going to SMU? I mean, I thought that's a hard school to get in, or you got to have the grades. So obviously you had the grades to get into SMU, right?
I think, when other kids talk to me, because I actually work at a local church now, I teach dance there. So that's like my little foot in the door with dance still. But when kids come to me and they're like, oh, you went to SMU, how'd you get in? Yes, I had decently good grades. I mean, I was a pretty much straight A student. My mom wouldn't have it any other way. But what I feel like colleges look at now is like if you're well-rounded, it's not just about your grades, because anybody can look on ChatGPT and freaking get a good grade on the test. And I'll be the first person to tell you, I am not book smarts. Like, you put me in a situation, I'm going to figure out and fight my way out of it. You give me a math problem, that's a different story. So it wasn't really about me being book smarts. I think it was just because I had the experiences I did and I was involved in the things that I did that really kind of pushed me to SMU. And at the same time, SMU, I visited some other schools. I visited some schools in LA when I was living out there, and it just never clicked for me. So I really wanted to stay close to home because my mom and I are very close, and I could not leave her and she couldn't leave me. So it just worked out.
Wow. That's cool. Okay,
we in
so
awe.
Go ahead, Kawasaka.
No, I just said we in awe.
Yeah.
We love to hear the stories. Yeah, we just love to hear the stories.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially if you're talking about her mama.
Normally the mama wants you to stay and you want to leave, or you want to stay and the mama wants you to leave, but it's a mutual agreement.
Yeah. So so tell us about your journey. How did you found your podcast, your broadcast, your show?
Yeah. So speaking of college, Behind the Sport, the show, it was very much of an idea in college. And one of my professors, I actually got to interview him on my show. In hindsight, kind of looking back at it, but I turned this show idea as a project. Like, it was a grade for me, and it was the synopsis of the project was like, make something around the sports world that you think would, you can monetize and make money that's involved in storytelling. And I turned in this podcast. Other people did blogs and TikTok accounts, but I turned in this podcast because I really thought there was a space for a show by a woman, by a Black woman at that point. There was space for a show that has a host that also doesn't just give you the typical stats, who you should draft on your fantasy, who is popping off right now. Earlier, like y'all were saying, the drama. Yes, we do talk about that stuff because that's what the people want. But the reason why I named it Behind the Sports is because we're not talking to just athletes. We're talking to presidents of leagues. We're talking to coaches. We're talking to people that stripe the football field before the Super Bowl game. It's a plethora of individuals that kind of come together on my show that give you the insider perspective, not from a performance standpoint, but from like a real life human narrative. And with athletes too, that's kind of what I strive, because I think it's amazing what they do on all sports, whether we're talking about football, baseball, soccer, hockey, any of the sports. What they're doing is unhuman to the normal person, right? The records that they break, what all they do. And even as with y'all as moms, like you look at your kids and you're like, wow, you are really disciplined enough to get to a certain level. But it's like, who made them? What makes you tick? Like I said earlier, what's your motivation behind it? What is really your story? And that's why I called it Behind the Sports, is because I want to bring back the humanization of sports. Yes, it's entertainment. Yes, we're going to sit around the TV and drink beer and eat chicken wings and watch these athletes play on Sunday. But it was like, who are these people at the end of the day?
Wow.
Yeah, I love that, the whole thing about Behind the Sports, because that's one thing, you have a kid that's been doing sports forever and they don't get to the next level, but there's still some jobs and things that are available behind sports. I mean, they could run the whole stadium, or they be head of maintenance, and so you're bringing those stories, and we do too, because we bring referees. We want those stories of those people who help make up the whole industry of sports, to show our kids, if you don't make it to the next level, there's still some ways that you still can stay connected into the sports world with these different jobs and things.
Wow.
Exactly.
That's good. Carmen, you got a question?
So Giovanni, what's your take on what's happening in the world of sports with women's sports, and getting paid what they're supposed to get paid, and the WNBA selling out arenas, and like, what's your take on all of that?
I mean, it's only growing, right? I think we're finally in a day and age that people, not only in America but internationally, are buying into women's sports, and that's something that's amazing to see. My take is probably a little bit different from a lot of people, because I think even though we're seeing waves, like they're not big waves, like they're trickles. Like a lot of the stuff we're seeing right now is something that should have happened 20 years. That should have happened before I was born. So even though it's amazing, I'm still holding out for like, when is it going to be equal? And it's not just the WNBA, it's all women's sports. I mean, soccer, whenever it comes to, there's a bunch of really fantastic leads of women playing football that are doing amazing, that are putting their bodies on the line, just like the guys that are in the NFL. But unfortunately, the buy-in from people is just a little bit different. But, I'm here for it. I literally just made a post the other day on my Instagram account, and it was like a play on a show that's popular. And it was like, the summer I watched women's sports. And it's really interesting when I saw it, because I was like, wow, the WNBA obviously kind of takes off in the summer, and then you have your All-Star game and all that kind of stuff that just happened. And then now it's everybody watching sports, whether it's Caitlin Clark, whether it's Coco Gauff in tennis, it's a lot of awesome things. So I'm here for it. We'll see.
Yeah.
I was going to say this. All right, everybody, listen. If you're watching the show, please listen. If you got a question, send it in. We love to ask while we're on live on the show. So put it in the chat and we'll ask the question. So I have a question. Okay. As a woman, because I know what we've dealt with as mom and women doing this show, right? Because everybody is looking for the typical ESPN the latest stats and the latest this and that. And so I noticed the challenges we had as women doing Can We Talk Sports, because it was almost like who wants to sit and listen to us, right? But then
Yeah.
we were after the first season, we were so surprised about how many people were like, we needed this,
Yeah.
because we brought information that a lot of little league moms did not know. So we took our experiences. Some of us has children who play professional. We took our experiences of, Karen didn't know certain things and her son missed opportunities. And so we took all of our experiences and we shared them. So for you, how has the challenge been dealing in what they almost want to say a man's world of sport?
Yeah, it's interesting because I feel like whenever I tell men specifically that I'm in the sports world, it's kind of like this glamorized thing now. It's like, oh, you're a girl, you know about sports? Like, oh, okay. So that's, I guess, a little bit of an added benefit. But I don't think that particular question, I don't think I felt the repercussions, if you will, of it until I was actually on air with one of our contributors on the network that I am on. And this was before I started my show. And the conversation was around Tom Brady now being a broadcaster in a sense. And I said something to the effect of, oh, well, essentially he got the job because he used to play sports. And that's at the core. A lot of these people that we watch on the ESPNs and on the sports centers, they used to play sports. They're Hall of Famers. They're the goats of their time, right? And that's awesome. That's great. But it takes away opportunities. Whether I'm a male or a female, it takes away opportunities from other people that went to school, that have a passion for it. You get out the league. Oh, guess what? ESPN's going to pay you the same amount of money to go talk on their show. And again, I'm not knocking it. I think it's still something that's really cool. And I think that people want to see that. They want to see Tom Brady talk about sports and bash these guys that he used to play against. That's cool. But it does kind of take away opportunities. And so for that question, as a woman, it's the same tenfold. Not only am I not a person that not played at a high level of professional sports as some of these other people that have big platforms and that are on the ESPNs that have big podcasts and have the audience. I'm also at a disadvantage because I'm a girl. I'm like, you're like, oh, what does this girl got to say? So that's kind of my sentiments on it. But at the end of the day, you're not going to be liked by everybody. And as Maya Angelou always says, and it's like one of my favorite quotes, it's like, it's not about how you make people like what they do. It's about how you make them feel. And so that's just my motto. And I'm riding it into the wave. And people like me, they like me. If they don't, y'all can go watch Stephen A on ESPN. I'm fine.
Anybody else have any questions?
So what is the biggest issues that you see now in the youth or college or even in the professional sports world that we have going on in 2025?
I mean, NIL is a big issue for me.
Let's talk about it, girl. Let's come on.
Man, so here's the thing. NIL, when it started, was amazing, and I think college players at the level they are playing nowadays, and at the status that college football has, I'll be the first one to. I'm not even a big college football fan. If you asked me 2 years ago, I'm like, I don't even watch college football. But obviously now I do, and I think it's a growing industry. Forget the NFL. College football could exist on its own and be just as successful, if not more, than the NFL. Especially when you have the diverse, not even regular, talk about the HBCUs, come on now. But NIL is interesting because now it's incentivizing bad behavior. And I think
Yes.
what we're seeing with a lot of these young cats getting into the draft, they're like, oh, well, I just made $80 million at Tennessee and y'all aren't going to pay me. And then you see bad behavior. And it's like, oh, no, Shadur Sanders. Like, we'll pay you. Well, don't worry. Like, you're a 4th-string quarterback on one of the worst teams in the league now. I think Sanders is a good quarterback, so don't get me wrong in there. But just an example. So in terms of NIL, that's kind of what I think about it, how it's spinning now. But it's a trickle-down effect. I think it was like over 70% of youth athletes are experiencing burnout at an early age, under 13. And that can come from pressure from coaches, pressure from parents, pressure from outside forces. Because you have these young kids that are growing up and they're like, hey, mom and dad, like, I want to make that $8 million in college football. And it's not teaching them the work and the ethic behind how to make that $80 million in college football. So at the end of the day, I think they should be getting paid because of the work and the franchise and the brand college football is today and with these teams. However, I don't even have the answers for you. I don't know how you would even fix it, but it is starting to incentivize bad behavior, and I'm not here for that part.
Wow, that's good.
Well,
That's true.
you brought up a
Absolutely.
good point about good point about them making the money. Now it used to be where our kids, they're thinking about, they can't wait till they get to the professional to make that type of money. But now it's going to be in the college. Now you have kids that are staying the extra year to make the money in college because whether or not they make it to the NFL. So I think it gives the kids another option to make money on something that they've been born and breeded in doing. They can start getting paid in college and reap the benefits of it at that time. And if they don't get to the next level, at least they made some money in college.
That part. I mean, even at the high school level now, even some of these high school kids, they're getting, y'all know down in DeSoto and Duncanville, like some of these kids are dogs. Like they are the truth when it comes to in football. And Texas high school football is another topic in itself. But some of these kids are worthy of making that money at the high school level. But it goes back to the question, what is it teaching them? As long as you kind of come from it honestly kind of goes back to the coaching at the end of the day, and your parental system. But I think it's definitely, especially when you have kids that come from maybe disadvantaged backgrounds, the resources that they have for them. And then all of a sudden you open up to college football. Now that kid not only is providing for themselves, they could provide for their family. There's opportunity in that alone. And I think that's an incredible thing to do, and no other sport offers that to a 19-year-old. But again, it comes with its consequences. So
I think they should put a cap on it. So
I think it should be. Well, that's what Trump is doing. Trump is putting a cap on it.
Yeah, because you have those.
But that's so much money for a 19-year-old, 18-year-old.
It's crazy. I mean, I think I saw a post and they were talking about Texas, the Longhorns, and then they had this picture, right? And then the parking lot in the back, I guess by the football where they were headed to practice, nothing but Lambos, and nothing but just Lambos lined up. And I just thought, wow, that's crazy, because it's like you said, the bad behavior. So then now they're already walking with this chest out, like, they own the world, and they're not capping it. And it's like, okay, you're not even teaching them how to
manage.
You're not teaching them how to set up, because like any sport, you can get an injury that's career ending. So you didn't win bought a Lambo, you didn't want to buy $1 million house, you didn't win bought all the latest the latest jewelry, the latest clothes, but there's nothing saved. So I feel like the NIL should have said, okay, if we're going to do this, then there's a trust that needs to be set up So much goes into this trust. You cannot touch this trust until what? You retire, or put a time of when they can trust it, touch the trust. Then you have over here, here's what you're gonna make. Whether it's 100,000, 80,000. All right, here's this. But the rest goes to protect because they should be teaching them.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But they don't. And so, like you said, when you go to the draft, if you already making $7 million in college, and you go to the draft, or you're already making double digits in college, of course you're gonna go to the draft with a chip on your shoulder, like match it. Like you're gonna go arrogant. You know what I mean? And so it's pretty crazy. But the crazy thing is, women's sports, they don't even get those opportunities.
Yep.
Like, wait, what? Except for the girl that plays baseball.
Yeah, and that's actually another story that I was following, because there's a lot to be said. But I mean, at the end of the day, NILs, it started with football, right? That's typically for a lot of these schools, that's the only sport that draws in money. So playing devil's advocate, I can understand why football athletes might get a little bit more money, because at the end of the day, for that school, that program is drawing in the more money, the more sponsors, the more donors that are following the team, right? But from an equality standpoint, it is a little messed up. And I know there's some other girls in swimming and soccer that have kind of reached out and that are getting NIL deals, but it's not that price tag that's similar to some of the other people. But that's also when you get into injury. I mean, it's a whole convoluted situation, because then you get into injury problems. All these kids trying to make a bag at the end of the day. They're going so hard without the proper coaching and the proper treatment and the proper fundamentals. And now, like you said earlier, they're getting injured. And guess what? The second you get injured, your draft stock goes down. So all that money you just earned in college, you're not even going to see the profit of that. Oh, thumbs up. You're not even going to see the profit of that, because you're not going to make it to the next level, God forbid, because you did have a possible season-ending injury, or injury that just doesn't make you stand out anymore.
Right.
Yeah. Big Mama, did you have something? You kept coming on.
Yeah, what they should have did.
Go ahead, Kawashika.
We can't hear. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
What they should have did, NIL should have went back to those that they use their they name, image, and likeness, and paid them first. That's what they should have did. How about that?
I mean, there's a lot of people, and I know there's a lot of there's a lot of people that have played in past, and I know firsthand from going from SMU. I mean, the death penalty killed us, and the death penalty, we got in trouble for doing what they're doing in 2020.
Yeah.
So in hindsight, if you look back on that moment, and I don't remember the exact year, but in hindsight, if you look back on that moment and you're like, well, damn, like we just got in trouble, killed pretty much the program for the last 10 years. SMU hasn't been relevant recently. It killed our program.
I'm laughing,
to then
but
turn around and do the same thing. It's just like don't make no sense.
I'm talking about those players worked hard. They worked hard. Listen. And now you come in and they get the money and they don't even want to work. They don't even want to go to NFL no more.
Like, I'm done in college.
They don't
I
even want to
go
to NFL no more. They already making the money.
It's not worth it. Yeah. Why?
I got my bag.
Exactly.
When it was a thing to go to the NFL, man, that was a passion. That was, NFL, that shoot, you made it to the top. Shoot. Why we quiet? Why y'all quiet?
Well, because we don't know if it's a delay.
I'm probably lagging.
If it's a delay or not. Big Mama, you coming in?
It's a delay.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm in.
You want to ask a question before we close?
I'm having a delay too.
Yeah. Okay.
So do you have a sports figure that you would love to interview?
A lot. Probably though, me being one of the girls and looking up to this woman for a long time, probably Savannah James. I think she is probably one of the few prominent sports wives in the industry that is pretty silent. I mean, she's done a handful of interviews. She does have her own podcast, but her podcast is like lifestyle. It doesn't even talk about sports at its core. And I just think having a perspective of like, what is it like being LeBron James's wife? Like, what's it really like being LeBron James's wife? And outside of that, now not only is your husband in the league, now your son's in the league. Speaking of being a mom, like your husband is traveling, he's going to the Olympics, he's this huge sports figure. And then you're just at home hunkering down and raising these kids and obviously doing a good job because now you have another son in the league and probably the other one's going to come close after, hopefully. Yeah. So kudos to her, but that's probably someone that I would love to not only interview, I just want to sit down and talk to her.
Just sit down and talk with her. Okay.
Yes, yes. Well, we just want to thank you so much for coming on the show. We really appreciate, we enjoy hearing all about your journey. And so just let us know if you want us to come on over and be a part of your behind the sports show.
Yes. That's not even to let us know. It's like, what time next week are y'all free? Yes. I would absolutely love that. And thank y'all for coming on. And honestly, thank y'all for making a platform where, you know, moms, girls, women can get together and talk about sports. Like, can we talk?
Yes, that, I mean, that's what the name Can We Talk Sports. It can be both ways, but usually the wives don't really talk about sports. So it's a question: can we talk sports? Yes, we can. We can tell it from a different perspective as mothers, nurturing how it is to deal with our kids when they're injured. It's a whole different perspective. So we're talking about a different part of sports, not necessarily how many rebounds LeBron James got last night. I don't know, but I need to talk to his mama. You know,
I don't know.
Right. Right.
That's awesome.
All right.
Yeah.
And so also, you guys, I just want to let you guys know that we are going to be having the National Day for Gymnastic Moms next week on the 10th. Yes, National Gymnastic Mom Day is next week on the 10th, and then we previously recognized National Swim Mom Day. So every throughout these months, we're going to be recognizing moms who are in different places of sports. So, but if anybody got any parting sayings or anything to say before we end the show?
Nope.
The month.
Okay, you guys, be sure to go and follow us on YouTube, Facebook, share, tag another sports mom, tag someone that might want to come on our show to be interviewed by us. Tell somebody about what we're doing over here on Can We Talk Sports. And we really
Big Mama has one last thing before we sign off tonight.
What you got, Big Mama?
Am I looking in the right camera?
Yes, you are.
Yes,
Shakari, Lene, Richardson, call Big Mama. We need to talk. We need to sit down, sit yourself down, girl, and we need to talk. So call Big Mama. Shakari, Lene, call me.
Wait. I didn't even know there was a such thing. I didn't even know there was a such thing as a 4th degree of domestic violence.
We finding it all out, but we cannot thrive in this environment.
Wow.
It said there is too much purpose and potential there. We need to talk.
What is a 4th degree?
That probably be the lowest.
I don't know.
That should have been one of our topics.
She
The
put out
fourth
a
degree is probably got a stink or something.
Girl,
I don't know, but girl, we gotta
in the
talk.
public
We're
eye,
not
you
about
can't
to
push
live
them.
like that this
Put your
summer.
headphones.
We trying to get to LA.
He tripped.
You can't be pushing them in the public eye.
Sick of it.
Yeah. Listen, they were playing. We play fight in Texas, baby. Listen, Carter, that's what we do. We play fight. Yeah, no, for real. We play fight. And then we make up and we go home and do what we got to do.
You do that in your bedroom. Don't do it in the airport.
Y'all don't know nothing about us in Texas. That's what we do. That's what we do. That's just what we do. Come to Texas. I promise you, we play fight.
No.
That's how they did. We like playing with boys.
All right, you guys.
Come on now. Come on.
We're going to see y'all later. Kawasha going to go over there and play flight. We'll see y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Later.
Well, I'm
Let's go.